Hello everybody, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Everyday Witchcraft. So today I'm going to be setting up a moon water to charge under the full moon. Now my intention with a moon water is to create just a clean, clear, but charged vessel of water, charged with my intention that I can sip on throughout the month. I can add it to teas, just to sort of hold that intention for a full moon cycle. So that is my intent. I will not be adding any ingredients into the moon water, but I will be doing some things to set that intention and charge it appropriately. So at the time I'm filming this, tonight is the full moon, and so I'm just getting this ready, and then I will tell you how I get it all set up and all of that good stuff. So if you like this sort of thing, then definitely stay tuned. I'm about to just jump right into it. First, if you are new to my channel, remember to click the like button if you like this sort of content, and subscribe so that you don't miss future videos. There is a bell notification option, but YouTube hasn't been doing very great with it lately, so it may work, it may not, but at least you'll know when I have a new video eventually. So I just have here basically an inexpensive, like really inexpensive oil cruet. I actually got this off of Amazon as an add-on item for something like $2 with my last Amazon order, and I just wanted to have a fully glass bottle that was completely clear. I loved that it also had a clear lid. Even the little plastic part is not fully opaque, so I feel like there's lots of space for moonlight to get into it, and I just thought this would be perfect for the purpose. Next to that I have a pitcher of just tap water. Some people will suggest that you use water from a natural source, such as a river, a spring, or a waterfall. If you have something like that nearby, please feel free, but if you are planning to ingest it, make sure that it is safe to ingest, so you may need to boil it first. I also have some crystals, which I will discuss here in a minute, and some other supplies. So my first step here is just to cleanse anything I'm going to be working with. So I'm going to have everything here that I plan to use. I'm going to get my Palo Santo going, and I'm just going to get everything fully cleansed. So I'm going to push my incense holder here out of the way a little bit and make sure I have some working room. I just like setting at the beginning of any working, just having an opportunity to set my intention and sort of clear the space, start everything fresh from, like, you know, with a, oh, is my lighter gonna die now? This is totally how it's gonna go. Hello. You know what? I've got a little bit of a burn there, but I'd like some more, so let me just grab a fresh one. Okay, we're good. I use these lighters all the time, so I'm not surprised that one finally died on me. Alright, so see if I can get a better burn going. I think we got some glow. There we go. I do find that Palo Santo holds a burn a little bit better than a smudge stick, but here we go. So I'm going to start with my bottle. I'm going to cleanse the cap. And the bottle itself, outside. But also inside. So I'm just going to feed that in and let the smoke get all in the bottle, and then let that dissipate on its own. I also have here a Sharpie, silly enough, but I like to just set my intention with everything I'm going to be working with. A selenite, I call this my unicorn horn, selenite. Oop, got a little bit of ash on there. Let me check on my burn. Yeah, we're still fine. Okay, perfect. I have some pieces of moonstone here. And a quartz cluster. Finally, I just have a piece of parchment. And I also have some Flying Wish paper, so I'm just going to cleanse this whole kit. Just covering my bases. And finally, this is going to be hard to show on camera because, oops, I just bumped the camera, because this is a very big jar, but I'm going to cleanse this. Actually, I'm going to do this off camera so I can do it properly. This is just my water. And I even put some smoke right into the container, just a little bit, just like I did with the other water. Perfect. That's all I need from the Palo Santo. Oh, one more thing. My cloth. So this is just a crystal grid that Peggy embroidered for me. So again, I'm going to do this off camera so I don't end up setting anything on fire. Perfect. And I also have a tray off camera that I'm going to cleanse as well. Very low smoke, but that's kind of okay. All right, perfect. So this can be set aside. I'm just burying the tip in the sand and getting my smudging bowl out of the way. So let's start with some basics. Before I set all of this up, I want to work on a sigil. So I have here a piece of parchment, and I want to think about what the intention is that I want to pull in for this full moon, and then I'm going to draw a sigil inspired by that idea. So this month I really want to work on my word of the year, which is flow, and I also want to work on commitment. So breaking through obstacles, sort of sticking with things. Right now I'm doing a whole lot with regards to my depth year, and I'm also working on just deepening, well, that's part of depth year, but deepening my studies and also continuing to make steady progress in my book. So I just want to kind of keep that sort of thing in mind. So I'm going to just let this come from inside of me and see what emerges here with the sigil. So let me start. I feel like I just want a small and okay, that feels finished for me. I'm going to contain it in a circle. I was pretty sure this was bleeding, which is why I was doing it on the back of this. This might be a messy circle, but I'm okay with that. Just to contain the energy. So that sigil is all ready to go. And next, I'm going to use this. So this is flying wish paper, and essentially what, I think it's just flash paper. It's basically just a really thin tissue paper that when you burn it, it basically just disappears into the air. So what I'm going to do is write a couple of words on here that I'm going to use at the beginning of my ritual to charge this water. So I've just pulled out one of these little sheets, and I'll put the rest away. I don't really need these matches right now. Perfect. So I think, let's see, I'm going to use the marker here, and let me just think. I think I might, the perfect words just popped into my head. Stay true. That just felt like, yeah, see, it totally bled through, so I'm glad I did that on there. I just felt like that sort of encompasses this idea of commitment and staying focused, and sort of keeping my goals in mind. So I'm probably going to pitch this because I don't want to retain this message. The idea is to burn it, so I'm going to also probably burn this as well, so that that's all done. So let me sort of wrap this up and tell you how I'm going to set this whole thing up for tonight's full moon. At the time I'm filming this, it is a full moon. In case I haven't mentioned that. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me clear some space. Get my sigil out of the way. So first thing I'm going to do is obviously fill my container with water so that that is all ready to go. And this water's had a chance to sit a bit, so there's some bubbles, and I just like to let it sit at room temperature because it dissipates some of the excess stuff that's in there. That's what you do. I mean, I'm not speaking energetically so much as I'm speaking about like when you're putting water in a fish tank, for example. If you leave it to sit first, it can be better. So I just wanted to have that cleaner start. Perfect. So my decanter is all filled up with water. I'm going to just cap that and we're good to go that way. Can set this out of the way. I like working in glass when I'm charging moon water because I feel like it lets the energies in very, very well. It feels pure in form because it's made out of a more natural material. I prefer that over plastic. There's a little plastic in the stopper, but that doesn't bother me. But that just makes me feel more connected, so I like to do that. So when I'm setting up for this evening, here's how I'm going to set it up. First, I have a tray. You can see a reflection of my camera mount there, hey? So first I have a tray. This is just a, I think I got this for like 50 cents post-Christmas. So I have that, and on top of that, I'm going to place this fabric crystal grid that Peggy embroidered for me. I've been using this a lot to charge any intents or spells, anything that I just want to kind of contain or hold that charged energy. I'm not going to be setting it up as a crystal grid because I just want to do something different, but that is what I like to put down. But you could just use a tray, like you don't have to have this, or you could print a crystal grid online and create a crystal grid around your moon water to sort of pull the energies into center. I have a slightly different idea because of what I have on hand and how I'm envisioning this spell working. So I'll do it my way, but you do it your way. So firstly, I'm going to put my moon water right in the very center of the crystal grid. Oh, I spoke wrong. First, I'm going to put my sigil down over top of the crystal grid. So first my sigil, this is to contain the intention, and over top of my sigil is going to be my moon water. And it's really cool when you look down through the center, you can see it magnifies the sigil right through the bottle, which is really cool. So that's going to sit there like that. I'm going to take my selenite horn, unicorn horn here. I think of this like a lightning rod that's going to help draw down the moonlight and pull it into this working. So I'm just going to set this off to the side to, again, act like a lightning rod, pull the energy down and in. Actually, I think I'm going to place it on this side. Yeah, there we go. And then I also have my quartz cluster. So again, to amplify and point the energies sort of inward right at this water. I'm going to set that there. And then finally, I have 2 pieces of moonstone, just working with more of that lunar energy, and I'm going to place these around. So when I go to set this out tonight under the moonlight, I have a balcony in my, attached to our apartment here. So I'm going to set this out on the balcony where I know it can get lots and lots of moonlight. I'm going to go out to place it with this beside me. Now the flash paper here is likely to just go up in the air, no problem, but this is going to take a little bit to burn. So I'm going to grab my cauldron. And this is going to go out with me because I like having a fire safe dish if I'm going to be burning anything. So I'll light this over top of the cauldron in case there's any issue. It doesn't like immediately light up, but that should light up just fine. So that's going to be there for that. This I'm going to be tearing up into little pieces, and then I will burn that in my cauldron. And while that's burning and after this is burnt, I'm going to consider the spell to have begun, and I'll hold that space until this is completely ash, and then I will sprinkle these ashes into the wind along with this just to release the energy so that it can do its thing. And once I've begun the spell, it'll stay overnight on my balcony until it's all complete, which will be before sunrise, but probably after moonset. And that is how I'm going to do my moon water this month. Now, I can change this up, and I often do each month. You can pull in different energies. You can work on prosperity one month. You can work on attracting more confidence one month. And you can just use crystals around. Now, if you have a container like a bell jar or something with a nice big wide open mouth, you can actually put crystals that are safe in your water. Be sure to look that up before you do that, because some crystals like selenite dissolve in water. Other crystals have things like lead in them, which you do not want to ingest. So make sure you check for safety before you put anything in your water that might go in your mouth. If you're not using it to ingest, if you're just adding it to your spell work, putting it in spray bottles, adding it to your bath, etc., then definitely you're probably fine to put whatever the heck you want in there. I like to keep in mind that anything organic, plant material, etc. in just water will spoil, so keep that in mind. But once it's all finished, you can use it in any number of ways. So you can, like I just mentioned, add it to your bath water. You can put it in a mister and use it as a spray. You can put it in a roller ball and roll it on you whenever you want to bring back to mind that intention. You can sip a little every day. You can put drops of it in your tea or in your coffee, just to, again, hold the intention throughout the month for whatever it is that you are trying to work on. So that is it for this week's Everyday Witchcraft. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Remember that if you are new here to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss my future videos, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye now.